A new report says Jeff Bezos is close to buying a piece of the Liverpool Football Club. CNBC Sports' Alex Sherman has more. What do we know?
Hey, Scott. CNBC has confirmed that Bezos is part of a consortium that's interested in buying about a 30% stake in Liverpool. CNBC Sport valuations value Liverpool at $6 billion, the fourth most expensive European soccer team. But, the deal got me thinking that it's interesting that as the valuations of all these sports teams have gone up, the wealthiest men in the world, men and women, don't really own majority stakes in any of the major American or international sports teams. I mean, if you think about Elon Musk, you think about Jeff Bezos, you think about Michael Dell, the Google co-founders, none of them own majority stakes in a U.S. or international sports franchise. And it comes at an interesting time as the valuations for all of these teams rise and there can be fewer and fewer buyers for them. So, look, let me turn the tables on you, Scott. Why do you think that is?
I do not know. I mean, you have some, there's some Walmart money now in the Broncos.
A little bit.
People thought that, Bezos maybe was going to go after the Seahawks. Vinod Khosla, got that instead. It's a really good question. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, the Waltons stand out. Like you said, they bought the Broncos in 2022, but that's just a few years old. And as you mentioned, a small portion of their vast wealth. It got me thinking about a variety of different possibilities. Look, one, very simple. Maybe a lot of these people are not sports fans and they would just rather spend their time doing something else. Another consideration, I think, is that if you are the majority owner of a sports team, you are under the gun in terms of media pressure, consumers, fan backlash, and it's possible that the world's wealthiest people simply want to spend their time doing something else other than being kind of the butt of everyone's jokes. Think about how you think of your local team, your favorite team's owner. Do you have a positive opinion or a negative opinion of that owner? My guess is that more people have negative opinions than positive opinions. It's kind of like an umpire in many ways. Unless you've just been winning championship after championship, only one team can win a championship every year. So it's certainly possible that that backlash is part of the calculus to why we've seen more minority stakes. Michael Dell, I mentioned him, fifth wealthiest person. He bought a minority stake in the San Antonio Spurs a few years ago, and that's what we're seeing here with Jeff Bezos.